Hello and welcome to Home with Sarah Jane. In today's video, I'm sharing how I'm using Thistles and Biscuits Living Harmonies music curriculum alongside our Eat2Explore subscription box in our homeschool this year. So if you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls, ages, how old are they? 11 and 14. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. I don't know why I just blanked out on how old my kids are. It's not like they even just had a birthday. I just completely forgot how old they were. Anyway, so in today's video, like I was saying, I wanted to talk about this new curriculum that we're using, or at least new to us. It's from Thistles and Biscuits, and it's called Living Harmonies. And this is a music program where you're studying 10 different genres of music from around the world. So it's been a lot of fun. We have only completed the first, I think, 3 lessons. We did the introduction and then we did 2 lessons after that, and we were absolutely loving it. So I thought it would be fun to share as a flip through. And then later on, I'm going to be unboxing this Eat2Explore box, and you're going to see how I kind of link the two together. But again, let's jump straight into the flip through of Living Harmonies. Okay, so when you purchase Living Harmonies music curriculum, you're actually purchasing 3 digital downloads that they send you, and there is no like physical copy. So if you want a physical copy, that is something that you would have to print yourself. Obviously, like the flashcards in the student notebook, you would want to print if you plan on using those along with the course. But let's kind of take a look at what is here. Okay, so first up we have the flashcards. Now these are beautiful. These are like hand done instruments or images with the name of the instrument on it. I was not planning on using these flashcards. I thought that, hey, my kids are older, you know, my kids are in the 6th and 9th grade. I don't need to use flashcards with them. But then I was looking at these and I was like, I don't know what more than half of these instruments are. And I think that this would be a wonderful addition to our morning basket, especially because these are instruments that are being talked about in this course, or, you know, it's vocabulary that they're going to be hearing throughout these lessons. So I just thought that this was actually a really fantastic add-in, and these would work so well if you have like a younger student as well. Again, my kids are older, but you can use this curriculum for younger kids as well. It's really fantastic. I thought the flashcards were absolutely beautiful. And I just printed mine on cardstock. If I had younger children, I would have probably printed them out and then laminated them. But I really didn't feel that I needed to do that with my kids being older. So these are just printed on cardstock. And I just thought that they were absolutely beautiful. Okay, so next up we have the teacher's guide. Now, the teacher's guide, I think, works really well digitally. There's so many links in this curriculum that it just makes it easier to use it digitally. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't print out a physical copy and use it. It just means that if you're going to be using the links, you're going to have to go back to the digital version anyway to click on those links. So that's why I think it's easier to use it digitally, but I only printed this out so that I can share it today and do a flip through on it. So that's the only reason why I have a physical copy. But in here, it starts off with the table of contents. So when you are doing this course, you're actually going to be studying 10 different genres of music over the course of an entire school year. And I really like the way that that's set up because it gives you enough time, I feel, to really kind of dive into the different genres. So through here, it's broken up into term 1, term 2, term 3, and then there's a book list at the end, and there's a section about the authors as well. Now, here's a section that just kind of talks about why we study genres and about this curriculum. Again, this is a 34-week program to where you would be doing 1 lesson a week, and each genre you'll be studying for 3 weeks. So I really like the time frame and everything. Again, with us being homeschoolers, we all appreciate a recommended schedule, but we don't always go by it. it just so happened that the way that they would recommend scheduling this out fit really well with our schedule. So we actually use this in our Friday morning basket time or morning time, and it's been working out really great that way. So just once a week we focus on this. And again, I really like that it's 34 lessons because it gives us a little bit of wiggle room because we do homeschool for 36 weeks. I also like, again, like I was saying, that you study each genre for 3 weeks. So again, even though you're only doing one lesson a week, you're kind of studying this over 3 weeks. And for my kids, they were so excited and they enjoyed the lessons so much that they were retaining actually a lot of this information. And with all the videos included and the book recommendations and things like that, it was just fantastic. So 3 weeks I found to be really perfect, a really perfect amount of time to study each genre. And because I'm actually tying it in with one of our subscription boxes, 3 weeks worked out perfectly to go with this, because on that 4th week, that's when we focus on the subscription box that I'll be showing you in just a moment. Okay, so here is some more information about the course. We have a section about the links that are used in this course. You have about the workbook, about the flashcards, and it talks about the book list that is at the end of this. So now we are going into the lessons. Now, the very first lesson is actually an introduction, and this lesson was so much fun. You listen to a song, but in 4 different styles or 4 different genres. And that my kids found so interesting and so fun. It was almost surprising to hear how different the same song was throughout the different genres. So they really, really enjoyed that. And the song that they chose for this lesson was You Are My Sunshine. And all of these sentences that are underlined, those are the links that you would click on. And that's why I was saying that it is much easier to use this teacher's guide digitally. So yeah, so right here, it gives 4 different genres or styles of You Are My Sunshine. And again, that was a lot of fun. So next up, it goes into the actual genres of music that you're going to be studying. The first one being flamenco. Now, I'm going to kind of talk about the first one, and then I'll just do like a quick flip through of the rest because they're all set up the same. So basically, with the different genres, like I was saying, you study them for 3 weeks, and the first lesson is usually an introduction to that genre, this one being flamenco. And what I really enjoyed about this is each lesson had links so that you can watch these videos and actually hear and experience and see this style or genre of music. And that made a huge difference to my kids because I wasn't just reading them a little bit about history and then being done. I was reading to them about the history, I was reading to them about this music, and then they were able to see and hear it. And so we really did enjoy having all of these links. And again, the links are the sentences that are underlined. So the first lessons are usually an introduction to the genre. And then the second lesson is usually the components of that genre. So it starts going into, the common components of the genre. So like in flamenco music, it's like voice and dance and playing the guitar. So it goes over all of that. And this is a really great time to like tie in those hand-drawn flashcards so that you're, here we have the flamenco guitar. So when we're talking about it here, they're able to see it as well. And again, there's also links that you'll be using, like I was mentioning, that are really great with this. And you could see them all. I mean, they had so many options. And again, you could do as much or as little of the links as you want. I just found them very interesting, and so did my kids, that we clicked on all of them. And then the last lesson for the genre, on the 3rd week, you would study the musicians for that genre. So here's flamenco musicians, and then it goes over the some different popular musicians. And again, there's links to each of those as well. And so every style or genre of music going forward, the lessons are set up the same in a 3-week kind of cycle. And it's, again, the introduction, the components, and the musicians. So next up, we have jazz. And here I'll go ahead and start just a quick flip through. My kids are really looking forward to studying this style of music. My kids are really into anime and learning about Japan, so they're really looking forward to this style. Okay, and then once you get through all of the genres, again, there are 10 that you're going to be studying throughout the school year, there is a conclusion. I like that they give you like this little map as well where it kind of shows you where the music is from around the world. It's just a nice visual. And then at the back, you have the book list. And they have it very well organized back here. So for each style in the order that you're learning them, you have a chunk of books or a list of books that you can use to go along with those weeks of studying that genre. So I just thought it was very nicely done. It's so much information in here and so much option for add-on or diving deeper, because they did a lot of the homework for you. They did a lot of that by, you know, researching certain books and things that you can use alongside. There is that About Us page, and that is what the teacher's guide looks like. So now onto the student notebook or the student workbook. So again, you can print one of these for each of your students, or if you don't like to do worksheets, you could skip this and still really enjoy this course. I did print these for my kids because when I was looking through it, I didn't feel that the worksheets were necessarily busy work. I felt that they were questions that led to like great topics and conversation. So sometimes they'll fill the worksheets out. Sometimes I'll just take the questions and ask my kids and we'll just talk about it. So that's kind of how we use this. Sometimes we write in it, sometimes we don't. But here we have the table of contents. We have music on the map where they could label where the music comes from. So here's one of the ones where my kids did write in the book. This is Lydia's book, but this is the worksheet for the introduction lesson where we listen to You Are My Sunshine in 4 different genres, and then it goes into the introduction to flamenco. And again, it's one worksheet per lesson. So it's not a lot of writing if you do choose to write this down, or again, you can just use this and ask your students the questions and just kind of have conversation about it. So I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because they're all set up pretty much the same. You have a worksheet for the introduction to the genre, you have a worksheet for the components of the genre, and then you have a worksheet for the musicians in that genre. So they're all set up the same. But I do like how they're asking about their first impressions about the music, where it tells them to draw, oops, sorry about that, where it tells them to draw like their favorite instrument or their favorite musician from the genre. Oh my goodness, why can't I turn the page? There we go. So you see here is where they would draw like the instrument or the musician that they like. But yeah, so it's very, very simple, but it's something that I feel is manageable. Again, because we are not a busy work family. We are not a worksheet family, but this does not feel overwhelming at all. And again, you don't even have to use it if you don't want to. So now let's kind of talk about Eat2Explore and how I'm using it alongside Living Harmonies. Now, these boxes are a really fun way that you and your children or child, or you yourself, can explore different cuisine from around the world. So this box is specific to Spain, and how I'm kind of putting these together is once we're done studying flamenco, which is from a certain part of Spain, we are going to open up our Eat2Explore box and cook the recipes that are included in this box. And I just think that that is a really fun way, another amazing way to dive deeper into a culture or a certain country. And we love doing that with food. So I just thought that this would be a fun way to add even more information about Spain after we learn about flamenco music. So in these boxes, you can get these as a monthly subscription where they just send you a, random country, or you could just buy these boxes as individual boxes the way that I do, and you could pick your countries that way. And that's how I'm able to match each country with the genre of music and where it comes from. So it just makes it easier for me to pick them out myself. And there's only maybe 1 or 2 genres in Living Harmonies that I couldn't find a good box to match it to. So I'll probably just go to Pinterest and find a recipe there and do it that way. So I just like how this has like everything all together though. So that's why I didn't want to do it with every single one, because it would be more work for me, and this just makes it easier. So in these boxes, you get a little gadget, like a cooking tool or gadget. Here's like a little grater type of thing. You also get some recipes. So you get 3 recipes in each box. So this, again, this is the Spain box. So it's a lot of fun because they're supplying you with all of the like seasonings and spices. You just need to pick up the fresh ingredients. So as you can see, here's one of the recipes. I like how plain and simple it is. It gives you instructions on how to do it. It gives you information, like almost like fun facts about some of the food as well. Very colorful. I love the pictures. It makes it easy for younger kids as well. So again, each box that you purchase has 3 recipes in it. And I just recently found out that they do have baking ones for certain countries as well. That is definitely something I'm going to be looking into because we love to bake. I mean, my oldest daughter actually wants to own a bakery. So getting her some of those boxes from different countries about different types of baking and stuff, I think will be a lot of fun. So in these boxes, you also get a little page of Explore Spain. Now this is a little worksheet where it has like little puzzles, some information, some questions that your child could answer, some social studies, math. There is matching up the words. So, you know, you have hola and hello, and they could just draw a line, the Spanish alphabet. So these, it's just great. We don't necessarily use these worksheets all the time. My kids are older, and we will just sometimes pick and choose some of this information on the worksheets to go over. And then you also have this little page of information about Spain, where it goes over the official name, the popular ingredients that are used throughout Spain, the capital of Spain, popular dishes, the national language, unique animals, location, the flag. I mean, so much information is just on this one sheet. It is just, it's fantastic. So I think that these are a lot of fun. Now, also included in the box is you get a little sticker from the country. You get a flag pin, so a pin of their actual flag, which I actually put these on our cork board. And then you get the seasonings that you will be using throughout cooking these recipes. And I just found out too that you could actually rebuy these seasonings on their website if you like the dish really, you know, if you like the dish a lot, you could rebuy these. I didn't know that. I think that's great. So you get the seasoning. Now in our first box, we got our passport. This is just a little fun way where you could track, you know, dishes that you've made from different countries, you know, what month, what year, and you can rate them. So they say, you know, rate them from 1 to 10. So what you liked most and things like that. So this is a lot of fun as well for younger kids. And then in here, you also get a shopping list. So again, because they can't really supply you with the fresh ingredients, they make it really, really easy by providing a shopping list of all of the ingredients not included in the box that you will be needing to make the 3 recipes that are included in the box. So that is the Eat2Explore box, and that is how I'm kind of using it alongside Living Harmonies. I just think that this is going to make it so much more fun using these boxes because my kids are already kind of stepping into Spain by learning about flamenco and the history of flamenco. So to add in, you know, cuisine from around the world and from Spain and all of that is just going to make it so much more fun. So that is everything for today. I will link Eat2Explore and Living Harmonies websites down below if you're interested. Again, this isn't sponsored. This is just stuff that I found that I've really liked to use in our homeschool. So if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments section. Thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great day. Bye.